Hey everyone! In today's video, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my journey into UX and product design, and I'm also going to tell you a few ways how I stay motivated during the job hunt. Sorry about the heater. That dang heater. It's spring. I don't need a heater on. Anyways, I just finished up my experience at Thinkful. I did their boot camp for about 5 months. That started back in August, and I got done in February. And I do not come from a design background at all. I'm a boot camper who came from a very different background. Last year, around this time, I was still working at a grocery store as a baker. And before then, I have a background in environmental engineering. So I very much am new to the world of design, but I've really fallen in love with it through Thinkful's program. So I've been on the job hunt since then for a couple months, and it is really hard. The job hunt is really, really hard. There's times when you don't really feel like you're doing much of anything at all, and then there's times when you feel overwhelmed by everything. And you're constantly having to sell yourself. There's so many ups and downs. It is really exhausting. So I made a post about this on LinkedIn recently, and it seemed to really resonate with people. I got a lot of response on it. Based on what I saw on LinkedIn, it seemed like a lot of you could use someone just being really vulnerable about this process and just saying like, hey, this sucks like a lot. This is not fun. That's a big part of why I wanted to make this video. I just wanted to be super vulnerable and just tell you that you're not alone. There's a lot of us out there who are on the job hunt right now in this field, and it's super competitive, and it takes a lot out of you. So if you are in the same boat as me, where you've been doing this for a little bit and it's starting to wear on you, this video is for you, and I hope it helps you. So I wanted this video to have some sort of structure to it at all, so I thought it might be nice to just go through 5 of the biggest things that have been helping me a lot in my job hunt. The number one thing for me, it may not be the number one thing for you, but the biggest thing for me has been to take time to be sad. This one is super important, especially if you've just gotten a rejection or two from a couple companies that you've really wanted to work for. Please take the time to feel it. Take the time to feel sad about it. Take a day off, and that might mean different things for different people. That might mean doing absolutely nothing and just watching Netflix, or that might mean doing some UI challenges if you're not really doing that regularly. That might mean doing other projects. Whatever it means for you, take it easy on yourself for a day, and don't put too much pressure on yourself to continue creating when you're really bummed out. There's no reason to try and push through feeling sad. I think it can only help you to just feel those feelings, get it out, and allow yourself to re-energize for the next day. And you could even take a couple days. It doesn't need to just be one day off. Take as much time as you need. Just make sure to be kind to yourself. That's the most important thing. The number two biggest thing for me has been to not blame myself. Reminding myself of the big picture has been really huge throughout this entire project. When you talk to a company and they pass on you, it's not personal. It doesn't mean that you're not a good designer. And I'm sure you've heard this in a lot of other places also, but I think it's really important to reiterate that a company not choosing you does not take away value from you as a designer, and definitely not as a person. And my partner said something to me after I got my first big rejection of this job hunt. They said, if they don't want you, you don't want them. And that has really, really stuck with me and been super important for me to remember throughout this whole thing. Number 3 biggest thing, and this, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but take care of yourself. This is something that I am horrible with still. It's still something I'm really working on. I forget to eat meals because I want to get something done, or I don't go for a walk or go outside at all because I just am too busy. But there is no such thing as being too busy to eat or too busy to go outside. Those things are so important. And taking care of yourself and taking care of your body, again, it means different things for different people. A few things that have been really helping me is that a few weeks ago, I started making smoothies every morning, just crushing up some fruit and some protein powder and some spinach. And it's been making me feel so much better. It's truly like a huge mood booster for me. Anything that you can do like that, going for a walk every day has really been helping me also. Anything that you can do to make you feel better, to make you sleep better, you need to be doing during this job hunt. There's no job application, there's no new case study that is more important than your physical well-being. So please take care of yourself. Another thing that's really been helping me is trying to find roles that actually really inspire me. Pretty early on in the job hunt, I got stuck applying to just 10, 15, 20 jobs every single day, and I didn't care about any of them. I would just find the job listing. If it was even close to something I qualify for, I would just submit an application. I would barely even look at the website, the company, the people who work on the team, what they do, what the day-to-day would be like. I didn't look into any of that before submitting applications. And that makes the whole process so much worse. It just sucks. It just becomes this dull activity that you feel stuck doing every day, and nobody wants to do that. So I really, really highly recommend looking into industries that you're really into. If you're really into AI or machine learning or any of these like new burgeoning technologies, find a company that does that. Find an AI company, find a machine learning company, see if they have any job openings. Even if they don't, maybe email their careers email or send a message to their recruiter or whoever. Try and get involved with companies that you actually care about and with things that you actually want to be doing. I think that's really important, and it's really helped me to be more motivated than I was at the beginning. I'm really interested in being involved with the healthcare industry. So I've been looking into more healthcare companies who are working on those kinds of problems. And that has really motivated me. It makes me actually want to put effort into the application. And the whole process is a lot more genuine, which is something that companies are looking for. They're looking for people who are genuinely interested in their company. So do the research. It's worth it to dig a little bit deeper into things that you are actually interested in. And the last thing that's been really big for me has been to keep designing. Like I said before, if you're just applying to jobs all day long and you don't care about any of them, it gets really boring and you start to kind of lose the purpose of why you're doing this in the first place. You're doing this because you want to design, you want to make stuff, you want to improve user experiences. So you should keep doing that. Find some time to carve out of your day to just work on a problem you're interested in. Maybe you're interested in creating like a file sharing dashboard for audio engineers. I do audio engineering on the side, and that is actually something that I did just for fun, just to do it, just to see what I could come up with. That really has been keeping me inspired and reminding me why I'm doing this in the first place, why the job hunt is happening, why I'm taking all of this time filling out these horrible applications. That's why I'm doing it. It's because I want to be a designer. So be a designer, keep making stuff. And I know this conflicts a little bit with my first point, that you should take time for yourself and not force yourself to be productive. And I definitely still stand by that. You shouldn't just go into Figma or Adobe XD or whatever you're using and just start creating stuff if you're feeling really bummed out and not feeling like doing it. Definitely only do this if it feels right to you. But for me, in those moments where I feel like I have the energy to work on something, but I just can't keep filling out applications, just doing a quick UI challenge or maybe working on like a UX problem, maybe developing a new user flow or something for some hypothetical app or website, doing those kinds of things helps me stay motivated and helps remind me that those are the things that I love doing and want to do once I land the job. All right, so that's it. Hopefully those 5 tips help you. So if this helps you, let me know, and I can keep making videos like this with some more UX tips, maybe even some UX tutorials. I'm not very experienced in UX, so I don't know if tutorials are quite on the horizon yet, but I would definitely love to keep kind of just sharing my journey and being vulnerable and sharing any tips that help me get through the day. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video if there is another video, and yeah, have a great day.